So you are going to win $10,000 if you summarize this episode today. Hi, my name is Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗂𝗧, and I welcome you into another episode of Life Unscripted. In Life Unscripted, I share with you how you can best become a student for life over academic session or school system in order that you achieve optimum and sustainable success. And if it is your first time on my channel, hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if it's your first time on Facebook, hit that follow button because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. And of course, I'm going to share with you why in this series. Now, today it's a very incredible day, and I want to share with you why so many people have low attention span. Over time, we've seen how technology is dealing with us and encouraging addictions. We handle our phones more than we handle our Bible. We handle our phones more than we even pay attention to the conversations that are going on around us. We handle our phone rather than connecting with people anytime we go for networking events and all of that thing. So my question to you is, why are you addicted to social media? Why does social media have your attention? It's something that we really need to start thinking about. Why do we prioritize uh, social media more than the things that we should actually be paying attention to? And I'm going to share with you because a lot of people, even when they are on social media, that's why you watch videos more than read content, written content, or even want to read books. And I'm going to share with you. Now, in the beginning of this video, I made a promise. What is the promise? The promise is that I am going to give you $10,000 if you are able to summarize this episode today. Now, if this is the promise, I want to ask you, probably you've not been coming to Life Unscripted, but the fact that you heard that from the beginning of this particular episode, how would you pay attention? Exactly. That is to say that the problem is not the things that we do. The problem is our ability to have a strong, definite purpose for doing it. So when you see people, I just have phobia for traveling, give them 100 million, they will travel. Some people will tell you, I can't sit for hours to learn. Give them an amount of money. What are you doing? You are trying to give them a reason to pay attention. And so, most of the time, we even wait for other people to give us reasons why we should. And because that particular purpose is not sustainable, that's why even you, as a student, you did not continue reading books even after you graduate because you have a shallow reason. And that shallow reason only was able to sustain you for the period of time which is actualized. So I want to ask you, what is your definite? Remember, there is a purpose, but you have to define it. It has to be clear. And so it is that definite purpose that creates that particular desire and obsession to want to get things done. Most of the times, we have been talking about the concept of purpose. We have been talking about the concept of purpose. It looks so overwhelming. What is purpose? Reasons. Just like you have reasons for not doing it, there should be reasons to do it. When you create that space whereby you have an obsession and a strong reason for doing it, you will see yourself staying for 10 hours doing that thing you thought you would never do. Reading those content you thought on a normal day you would never do. Why? Because there is a strong, definite purpose. And whatever you cannot define, you cannot modify. And remember that an undefined relationship crashes indefinitely. That's why in the middle of a theme, In the middle of a thing, you lose interest. Why? There is no why. There is no strong why that is keeping you there. So, one of the things I want you to learn is first, what activates your mind more than your ears anytime you want to learn is your definite purpose of actually coming in contact with that thing in the first place. So, even when you are missing out, or even when you are missing the link along the way, when you remember the why you are doing that, there is an energy that comes for you to stay there till you succeed. So, what is your reason for coming to Life Unscripted? What is your reason for following Mrs. Chiamaka Linda Veshima? What is your reason for joining Confident Global Champions? That is how you maximize the platform. That is how you make the most out of your stay in this series. That is how you make the most out of our relationship beyond social media. And so that is the particular core essence of your attention, because where your money goes is where your attention lies. And so when you feed your attention, it is going to transit to addiction. And that's why most of the times we stay in the online space for hours, even when we were asked to read a physical book, right? And we say we don't have time, we are too busy. We've seen a lot of people do that. So this is the time for me to ask you, is it money that compels you to want to stay in a thing long enough? Define your reasons. Is he a beautiful woman? Is he your mother? Whatever it is, it has to be very strong enough to keep your attention there. If it is not, then you will still be experiencing low attention span. Secondly, and also very important, and I teach this for so many years, the second thing that helps you experience low attention span is the kind of association that you have around you. If that association does not compel you, if it doesn't challenge you and make you look so stupid for being comfortable, you will keep being there for a long period of time, thinking that, hey, I am like that. And at the end of the day, you never get things done. You see that? That's why the concept of networking is not a social thing, it's therapeutic. It has something to do with your emotions, it has something to do with your identity, it has something to do with every single thing that has to do with your brain, your internal self, more than it is about external reach out. I'm telling you. So, the kind of association you have is very, very important. The communities that you belong is very, very important. And then, because we are not able to establish the power or go through the therapy of this particular association, you will see that our attention is no longer there. We wait for a problem before we fix it instead of providing solution before the problem comes. And so that's why we are always late, we are always reactive, we are not proactive. So we need to start paying attention to what it is that drives you, to what the internal things, the things that compel you to want to stay in a thing, the things that make you to be consistent and sustain a thing for a longer period of time till you see result. Even in church, they will tell you people experience uh, failure at the edge of breakthrough. Why? Because they have the low attention to keep beholding till they become. So I want to ask you today, what kind of association are around you? Are they compelling you or are they making you comfortable? Any association that is making you comfortable is actually helping you to die. If you are the odogu, the only odogu in your association, there is a problem. So we have to review those things so that money, when money drives you, use that as your driving force. So far is going to sustain you to be able to finish that thing and achieve the success or attain the becoming of that which you want to achieve. And so that's my message for you today. Don't forget that if you know someone who needs to be here, do not be selfish. The envy is less when everyone is succeeding. If you want to reduce the rate of envy, begin to copy the link and share. Begin to tag them in the comment section, because one of the things I've learned even from my husband is anywhere he's going to develop himself, he carries me along and I am willing to follow. Why? Because if I'm not attending those things and following him through, we will lose the gap. There will be a communication gap. we will not be on the same page. And what we can just have a normal conversation about, we start arguing about. And so that's the power of when you are in the right association, when you are in the right place that keeps you, that helps you become accountable for those reasons and helps you be able to scale that which you have already started. I hope this makes a lot of sense to you. Hence, the reason we are building confident global champions, because we have seen that a lot of people join WhatsApp groups instead of joining a community. And we have seen that a lot of people pay attention to social media more than their self and their personal development. They even talk about it on social media, but they don't engage it. All right. So we need to be able to address all of those things. And our masterclass is coming this April on the 30th of April 2025. And I hope you are going to benefit from this opportunity. Type CGC to know how best to gain access. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Don't forget to click on the follow button. Don't forget to click on the link on the description of my channel. You know why? Because we need to have a personal conversation to be able to clarify things for you to know how best to maximize the platform. Please stop joining WhatsApp groups. Join community. They are two different things. Maybe they have not told you, but I'm telling you today. Find out your reason that keeps you in a thing sustainable. See, this is a particular content. I really thought deep about this. I also have my own experience and I am able to transit from that particular place to stay consistent. That I've been able to, in 2024, I did 366 live videos on how you can be able to relate with people the best way and multiply your result. So it's not something, it's not a shabby thing and I'm talking about or something I saw on Google or anything. It's based on practical experience as well as improved knowledge. So I hope to be able to see you in the inner space when we get to have conversations. And I can't wait to be able to share your testimony to the world. I still remain your friend and your go-to-get entrepreneur, founder of the Confident Global Champions Network, Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏. And until I see you in the next episode of Life Unscripted, don't forget, it is time to live the life you are proud of and not the one people recommend. Till then.